We begin this edition with an update on a previous story. In February of 2011, we told you about a U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs construction project in Orlando. The Building and Construction Trades Department had met with high-ranking officials in the VA about this and other VA hospital projects and to point out the benefits of utilizing project labor agreements for these jobs, which would also include a helmets to hard hats provision that would have provided job and career training opportunities for military veterans. Incredibly, the VA said thanks, but no thanks. And as we subsequently reported, the Orlando job in question ended up going non-union and then was raided by federal authorities because of the rampant use of undocumented workers on that project. Well, the VA, some 14 months later, is now facing further scrutiny for delays, accountability, and construction costs across the board for their projects. So much pressure, in fact, that on March 27th, it was reported that the House Committee on Veteran Affairs was looking into 4 separate VA construction projects, the one in Orlando, one in Las Vegas, another in Denver, and the 4th in New Orleans, for major delays and cost overruns. Of the 55 major medical lease sites currently authorized in these cities, only 5 are open, 38 are behind schedule, and 14 are delayed 3 years or more. Sadly, the end result is that veterans are being left without the health services they need, and the American taxpayers are left withholding the check for these cost overruns and delays, all of which leaves America's building trades unions to ponder what would have happened if these jobs were done under project labor agreements and with the skilled hands of the building trades. We all know what would happen. They would have been delivered on time and on budget while offering pathways to prosperity for many military veterans who are struggling with high levels of unemployment. We'll keep you up to date as further developments arise. And now there is more news, this time from Ohio, about the open shop and their low-wage, low-skilled business model. The first example comes to us from Cleveland State University. The school is in the midst of a $50 million residential community project and are skirting local and city laws intended to employ local Cleveland construction workers on projects in the area. Non-union, undocumented workers working for open shop contractors are on the job at CSU. Trade unions in the area are doing their part to make these facts known, and it seems to be working. The university and local Congresswoman Marcia Fudge addressed this issue at an April 10th press conference. Several hundred building trades members were in attendance. To read more on this story and how they're skirting local laws, hop on over to wepartypatriots.com. That's the union-inspired blog. You can read it all there. The second example of what usually happens when public and private entities embrace the low-road business model in construction comes to us from nearby Kent, Ohio, where a subcontractor from Alabama was working on a 596-unit student housing complex at Kent State University and was found to have a workforce made up of no less than 23 undocumented immigrants from Mexico and Central America. Not only that, but the subcontractor foreman was arrested for manufacturing methamphetamine in his hotel room. No matter how many times the building trades has to repeat our value proposition to owners and general contractors, these kinds of things are exactly what can happen when public officials buy into the low bid philosophy espoused by organizations like the Associated Builders and Contractors. To the ABC, examples like this are simply representative of fair and open competition. America's building trades unions, on the other hand, define fair and open competition on the basis of local workers managed by responsible local contractors who insist upon the highest regard for quality, safety, productivity, and a commitment to the betterment of the surrounding community. That's it for this edition. Be sure to check us out on Facebook and on our website for daily news clippings and more. Whether on your smartphone, tablet, or computer, the Building Trades has you connected 24/7. We'll see you next week.